to another one of my book reviews. This is Leica's Universe. I'm Leica Kadrason, and today we are going to be talking about Fever 1793. I came to know about this book by my ELA teacher, Susie Mandel. It was the week before school was closing for the pandemic. And she gave me this book, and she said, "Here, I think you might be able to relate with this book." And I was intrigued. But how can I relate with this book? So I took the book and I started reading it. This book surrounds the 14-year-old Mattie Cook, who lives in Philadelphia. The streets were buzzing with rumors of a new fever. Many have taken ill around the dock, and the fatalities are mounting. And the ill count Polly. But Mattie doesn't have the time to mourn for Polly, her childhood playmate. Mattie's family business, the Cook Coffee House, is being overrun by many customers because their shop is away from the docks where the illnesses are spreading. But all of Mattie's dreams of turning her family's small business to a huge, thriving enterprise were overshadowed by the fever. As the fever creeps closer to Mattie, she has to find a way to build herself a new life, to forge a new path for her, and fight against this epidemic. If you guys do not know the difference between an epidemic and a pandemic, an epidemic is a fever or an illness that spreads around a certain part of a place, like a state or a city. Whereas a pandemic is a fever or a virus or an illness that spreads around a country or the world. And the COVID-19 would be considered as a pandemic because it's affecting many places all around the world. Some relations that I felt toward Mattie were that she felt vulnerable and helpless against the fever, as was I during the pandemic. As I began to lose hope for the pandemic, as I read this book, and the way that Mattie forged a new path for herself and kept fighting against this fever, I felt pushed to do the same thing. Tiny details in this book can overall make a huge impact at the end of the book. So make sure to keep an eye out for those details. So grab this book, sit on the couch, and start reading it. I hope that you get immersed into Mattie's world and feel the same as she did, like me. So, bye guys!